Hello and good evening, everybody. This is Taff's Word Live. I'm on my own tonight, unfortunately. I do apologise for that. Kev couldn't make it, and I didn't really ask anybody else, if I'm being honest. But allow me to just readjust my camera a minute, guys, because it's slipping a little. There we go, that's better. So, got a really good stream lined up tonight. I've actually got questions for you guys this time. I want to know what your feelings are on some pressing football matters, which I have taken note of. I got the trivia as usual, and we have a special, where the bloody hell have I put it? We have it on it. Leanne's bringing it through later on into the stream. If you're on our Facebook, your name is in there if you've entered correctly. Mind, there's a lot of people who only did it on Facebook. There's a lot of people who only did it on Twitter, and a lot of people who only really did it on pardon me, a lot of people only really did it on YouTube, so you've got to have done all three. So if you've done all three, and you'll know you've done all three, your name is in here, ready to be drawn later. But that's later on into the stream though, that is, guys. Let's catch up with what you guys are saying. Brooklyn, can't wait for the new season, come on County. Yes, same year. Nick Muller, our resident Ipswich fan, is in. How are you going, my friend? Tennis still being played, crazy. Yep, cricket still being played as well. So I've actually got the screen on with the cricket, and I am going to be flicking through to see what the score is in the tennis as well. So I know we are, I know that we are, oh, hold on a minute, it's gone to a tiebreaker, 12-12 tiebreaker. Djokovic is winning 4-1. Ooh, bloody hell. I am. So I'll keep you guys up to date with what's going on in the cricket and in the tennis as well, although this is a football stream, so it will be mainly football. But I'm waiting for you guys to give me some questions before we really kick this off. Right then, Luke 90, evening Taff. I think we need more defenders. I think not. I'd say one more forward, one more midfielder, and we are good to go. Definitely good to go. Looking forward to Wendy on Tuesday. I know there'll be no first teamers there, but you know, it's always a nice occasion. I always like going to Wendy. You know, it's always a nice place to go. You know, nice evening of football. You know, they always make a bit of a night of it. So I'm looking forward to that. Stevens Collective. I remember when we were shouting Ginger at Ryan Haynes when we played Coventry. Yeah, yep. That's put us into an awkward position now, isn't it? Because he's going to be running down our left-hand side. So yeah. We're going to have to see about that then. Right then, so thoughts on new left backs. I'm happy, very happy. I think Haynes is a quality signing. I think hopefully George Nurse is going to be a good signing as well. So yeah, hopefully it all goes well. Right then, Tegan, are you excited for the kit release? Yes, I'm always excited for kit releases. I kind of know what they're already what they're going to look like. I just haven't got a clue who the bloody sponsor is. EW Labs, evening, great that Mickey's finally been announced. Yes, it's freaking awesome, to be honest with you. I'm really glad Mickey's staying. Dan Short, hi Kev. Yep, there he is. Are you watching the cricket? Yes, the cricket is on, but I'm also looking at the tennis. The tennis has gone into country file. I'm sure the tennis hating toffs, well, a lot of tennis lovers are toffs as well, but the country file types who don't like tennis will be moaning like hell. But who cares? It's the Wimbledon final. 2 sets each, 12 games each, nothing but this last tiebreaker to split it. So I don't think I've ever been this into tennis or cricket, to be honest with you, but I've had to watch both. I've had to keep my eyes on both. And so I'm going to leave on the tennis because there's a super, and I've never even heard of this, a super over going on the cricket, but I think they're about to start that. So anyway, where are we now? Luke County, would you take Baconson back? I'd rather not, but if he came back, hopefully there's been a bit of an improvement on his part. Will you go to Gillingham away? No, it's too far on Tuesday night for me. I've got no more holiday days left. I mean, not that I've taken them all already, it's just that I've put in for them all. So no, I can't really be going all the way to bloody Gillingham, and back in the same night, I think Countryside is on BBC Two. Well, for those of you who watch Countryside, I'm sure you'll find that valuable information. I myself, not much of a fan, to be honest. Joseph Friel is in. How's it going, mate? How are we? Right then, so guys, I've got some questions for you regarding football. So, here we go. I'm going to give you my first question, right? My first question for you guys. The trivia is coming later, right? Is Griezmann worth it at 28 years old? Surely Barca needs defenders. I agree the defenders part. They don't need more forwards. I think Barcelona needed to spend that money on some defenders, although Griezmann is a quality signing, and they'll go back to their usual, their usual. Hold on a minute, what's going on here? Oh, a minute, I don't know what's going on in the tennis. Sorry, guys, I'm getting pulled away. Barcelona going back to the usual. They're going to just outscore you. They'll push you on the back foot so much that you'll be on the back foot that much that sorry, the freaking tennis. I tell you what, I might just turn the TV off. Right, so Barcelona put you on the back foot that much that you can't attack, because if you try attacking them, they're going to catch you out each time. So that's why I think they're going for it, to be honest with you, with the attackers again. And obviously Suarez is great, Messi's great, but other than them two, there's not enough of an attacking sort of presence in their team at the moment. Obviously, they scored 3 goals when they were the lesser team. That was just the magic of Messi, of course. And that's it. Djokovic has won. Djokovic has won in the tennis, so I can bin that one now and put it over to the cricket. Tony's in. How's it going, Tony? EW Labs, who do you think will get automatics? I think Mansfield, Forest Green and us. I don't rate Plymouth as much as most people do. I rate Plymouth to a point that basically they are... I rate Plymouth to the point that they've just signed Danny Mayer. And I think they've still got Carey as well. So with them too, I think they'll run the midfield show in pretty much every game that they play. With them two there. It depends who else they sign. I mean, a lot of people are making a lot of good signings. I mean, Nicky Maynard going to Mansfield could be the signing that takes them up for next season. I'd certainly put Mansfield in amongst the favourites for automatic promotion, though, definitely. Who's better, Trent or Wan-Bissaka? Trent, 100% Trent. I mean, I don't know how anyone can even question that. Tony, I think Neymar would have been better for Barca. 2 strikers and Messi won't work as well. It depends if Messi plays sort of behind 2 strikers as a support striker, or whether the manager's got something else up his sleeve. Maybe Griezmann falls into what they believe is what they believe is the right way forward for them. So we'll wait and see. I mean, Barcelona have never been bad at buying strikers, have they really? If you look at the likes of Ronaldo, Kluivert in the past, obviously Messi, obviously the likes of Suarez and Neymar. Barcelona have never been bad at buying strikers, especially when they're high-profile ones. So Griezmann, I'm quite certain, will be a success. Right, so this Super Over is going on now, so I don't know what happens in one of them, but we'll see. We'll see. On it looks like, has he got it? No. Stokes almost got a boundary then. England are starting off with this Super Over. It's a matter of, it looks as though it's just 1 over each, and then you just basically get as many runs as you can. But anyway, I'm going back. I'm going to my questions now, guys. I'm going back. Oh, yeah. Going back to my questions now because I caught up with you guys. Now, will Swansea or Cardiff be the strongest Welsh team in the Championship next season? What do you guys think about that? Will it be Swansea or Cardiff the strongest Championship team in the Premier League, in the Championship next season? Will be the strongest Welsh team in the Championship. Have you heard that PSG have offered Neymar for Suarez and Coutinho? Would you take that? I would be inclined to think it could be worth taking that, to be honest with you, especially Neymar as a proven striker for Barcelona in the past. So you're all saying Cardiff because they got more backing and they'll will get them where they need to be. Yeah, okay. Cardiff, they have the Championship team with the Championship manager. Okay. Obviously a relatively inexperienced manager at Swansea. Do you think that'll be their downfall? Or do you think maybe he may be a new great manager in the making. I suppose time will tell. But you're saying Cardiff, yeah? Plus Cardiff were hard done by going down. Brighton were far worse. I suppose you can't really I can't really disagree with that, to be honest with you. I think Brighton were quite poor last season. So, but then Cardiff were at times as well. I think Cardiff need to have a bit of a look at themselves as well, because they didn't invest enough at the beginning of the season. They lost some very important relegation games right at the beginning. So, anyway, guys, I was hoping that this cricket and that was going to be done. I was hoping it was going to be done. There's a boundary. So far England have got 8 runs from the one over. It's good. It's good. There's 3 balls left. Just keeping you guys updated if you're interested at all. Right then, so I've asked you one question. Right, there here we go. Luke Kent, your thoughts on Lauren Koscielny refusing to turn up for pre-season and rumours Neymar not turning up either? Is player power starting to be stupid where they're forcing moves? I think player power is an issue. 100% is an issue. I don't think it's as bad as I thought it was going to be at this point, considering player power came into it a little bit strong not too long ago. Well, no, not so much not too long ago, but then player power was coming into it towards the end of the 90s, really. You had players, sort of engineering their own moves and, basically defying their managers and things like that. Obviously, in some places, it just didn't happen. But then in other places, it kind of did. And it needed to be, stamped out of the game. Unfortunately, the wages have flown up, which is a problem, I think. Although I don't know. Player power, like I say, it's an issue, yes, but it's not as bad as it was. I think agents are mainly to blame for player power in this day and age. Anyway, Cardiff still get the likes of Chelsea, Man United, and even Liverpool a game. Brighton just got points across the bottom half. Well, sometimes it doesn't really matter how you get the points. You've just got to get them, Unfortunately, Cardiff went down because they didn't get enough, and Brighton stayed up. But Cardiff went down with their heads held high, because I think they definitely gave a really, really, really good account of themselves on that. Anyway, do you think Lewis Collins needs to go out on loan this season? No, we need to start playing our youngsters. We need to keep them in and around the first team, and we need to give them some game time in League Two, and then that will test them. That will make them, that will make them exactly what they're going to be. Obviously Tom Owen-Evans, Aaron Collins, Regan Poole, Kieran Parsall all had their game time in League Two, and that defined who they were going to be as footballers. Some of them stayed, some of them went. There's another boundary for England. They've, bloody hell, 15 runs from their super over. Now it's England's turn to field. 15 runs is going to be a tall order, I think, for New Zealand to contest with. But that's a good question, that is, Luke. It really is. Funny if VAR was in the Prem last year, Cardiff would have stayed up. That's a really good point, though, yeah, because I think VAR is an interesting one. I think VAR is definitely the right thing for the future of the game, because it basically means that, your more high-profile decisions that tend to cost teams undeservedly in certain games are going to be stamped out, which is great. The only thing is going to slow the game down somewhat. But personally, I'd rather see a slower game but a fairer game, rather than a quicker game where someone can get penalised undeservedly. So I think that's why I'm in favour of VAR. What do you make of Lampard's start? Well, it's not really had a start. He's in his pre-season, isn't he? So I wouldn't say I'd make an awful lot of Lampard's start. Although I think it's a good thing that he's looking to implement the young English players at Chelsea, like the likes of Mason Mount, of course. So it could be a new era for Chelsea, to be honest. Luke, at Cardiff, if they spend, Swansea would sell the groundsman if they were offered money. That's a bloody good point. I like that. I really do like that. That's a really good point, that is, mate. Swansea should be better. Well, they should be, you can say, yeah. But the Yank owners are ruining the club, and it seems as though it seems like they won't spend enough at all. So most likely Cardiff. So it could be down to who spends the most. So Dan thinks it's going to be Cardiff. Modo True to go out on loan this season? Nope, absolutely not. I really, really wouldn't want him to go out on loan. I want him to get his chance in League Two. He bloody needs it. All the youngsters that are in and around the first team now need that chance. Do you reckon we can get another good FA Cup run this year? Never say never, Joseph. Never say never. Right then, next question from me for you guys. Thoughts on Rhian Brewster? Looks like a very, very good player and a very brave one to come out the way that he did with regards to his racial abuse as well. Matthew Marsden, where should Ryan Sessegnon play this season? In the Premier League for definite. He's too good for the Championship. Now, next one. If you were in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's position, would you let Pogba go right now? I'm going to throw my 2 cents in on this and say yes. At the end of the day, he can't dictate the team. It's got to be down to the manager to dictate the team. That's what the manager's there for. You can't let a player run things. And unfortunately, Paul Pogba, I think, would be running things there. And at the end of the day, it seems that he doesn't actually want to be there. And has he really been that good for United either? So I would say yes, Pogba away, get as much money as you can out of him, and that's it. That's it. So Nick Muller saying about the Checker Trade Trophy, yes, that draw's already happened, mate. Ipswich's draw is out, so I'd go and have a look at that if I was you, mate. So Jamie Plainspotting seems to think that yes, get a better midfielder in. Yeah, why not? Yes, Pogba isn't for the Premier League, I agree. Too fast for him, and the press are too heavy here. Yeah, he's the sensitive type, isn't he, old Pogba? So Tony saying, that was Tony there saying yes. Toure played really well at Barry last season. I think deserved a chance in League Two. Yes, Joseph, I agree. Yes, because Pogba is rubbish, just like Zaha. Okay, I think Zaha's actually quite good, but he wasn't that good for he wasn't that good for Man United when he went there, was he? But fair play, he's done it at Palace. Would he do it at Arsenal if he goes there though? Yes, it looks like they're getting Sergei Milinkovic-Savic. That would be a good signing, fair play. What's Newport doing with the kit? When's the new kit? Harold and George Bevan are asking. The answer to that is I don't know. It all rides on who our sponsor's going to be. By the end of the month, I would say we will certainly have stock in the shop. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. Right then, my next question for you guys is, where could Liverpool strengthen themselves to beat Man City to the Premier League next season? Where do Liverpool need to strengthen? I personally think it's got to be a goal-scoring midfielder, because if you look at their midfielders, they didn't score enough goals from the midfield. Now, if the midfielders had scored more goals, maybe they would have won the league. There's no maybes about it. Some of the games they drew, some of their midfielders would have scored winning goals and things like that. So I think they definitely need more goals from midfield. So I think a goal-scoring midfielder or two, even. So a few midfielders are on the way out. I mean, talking about goal-scoring midfielder, Harry Wilson has just come back to the club. Scored some goals for Derby, didn't he? So why not? Why not? The goal-scoring midfielder. There we go. Yeah, so Liverpool have never really replaced Steven Gerrard. The closest I think to Gerrard they got was Coutinho. Would Coutinho go back to the club? That could be an interesting point, mind you. Gerrard kind of pick that. So Luke seems to think the midfield is where they need to. So does Jamie. Backup striker, winger and fullback. I don't think they need backup fullbacks, to be honest with you, because Milner slots into that left back position quite nicely. Although they will look to find a replacement for Moreno, I think. Don't need anything at right back, of course, because they got Klein and they got Trent Alexander-Arnold. Wingers, I think they're pretty much set for on the wings, to be honest. I do think it's the centre of midfield, an attacking midfielder who can score goals. They'll have to get a CAM and maybe another CB, but apart from that, I think the team is fine. Getting Coutinho back or maybe Fekir would be good. Possibly, yeah. George Bevan, anyone else miss Sean Mikulski? No, because he went and joined the Vegans. So I've automatically, because of my hatred for them, have to hate Sean Mikulski. I don't hate him, but I just think, nah, no. He played with the Vegans. Tony, I would even try should Harrit from Schalke. A lot underrated. Could well be a shape, mate. Jurgen Klopp's from Germany. I'm sure his eyes will be pretty firm on there. Matthew Marsden, what's your favourite Premier League kit for the season? To be honest, I haven't really looked at them, so I don't know. George Bevan, true, yep. Jamie playing something. Where's Delete going? I thought was it Paris? Did he go to Paris or does he gone to Italy? I'm not sure. Juventus, is it? Juventus, Paris or Barca? I was sure. Tony, my typing is bad today. Don't worry, mate. It's a Sunday evening. We all got to go back to work tomorrow. So I can imagine that, typing isn't on your list of priorities right now. We got Spurs, Gillingham, Colchester. There you go. Happy days. He went to Juve. I thought it was something like Juve. Adam Lallana and Ox were injured most of last season. Good shade. I think Lallana's probably going to be on his way out, and Oxlade-Chamberlain coming back into it could fill that void potentially. I think there is goals in him from centre midfield. Week off for you. Oh, don't rub it in, mate. Bloody hell, I'll get up tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Shit the bed. Right then. So I got my next question for you guys. Man City. If you're a Man City fan right now, I imagine there may be one or two of you in here. If you're a Man City fan right now, do you focus on retaining the Premier League or going for the Champions League this time? So there's an interesting one. Man City have fans, apparently so, yeah. So do you concentrate on the Premier League or do you go for the Champions League? Do you want to retain the Premier League, miss out on the Champions League again? It's a much harder competition to win, I think, the Champions League is, because there's too many good teams. The Premier League is about consistency, which Man City have in abundance. So if I was Man City, I would be focusing on the Champions League myself. But I know what Pep Guardiola's like. He'll go out to try and win it all. Will that be their downfall this season? A lot of teams around will get stronger. Man City are, can they get any stronger than what they currently are? I don't think there's an awful lot in it, to be honest with you, with Man City, to get them even stronger. I think, they're one of the best teams I think I've ever seen. So to get stronger would take them to sign 2 or 3 colossal players. I don't think any player out there is going to come into that squad and strengthen their starting 11. Strengthen their squad depth maybe, but no one's going to come in unless you are a colossal player or what Real Madrid would call a Galactico. Unless you're signing 2 or 3 of them, you're not strengthening that team anymore, although it is as strong as you want. Anyway, New Zealand are about to bat in the cricket. And it's a wide ball, so that will be bowled again. Now the focus on getting relegated with the oil and plastic. Lovely. I'm not a Man City fan, but I would say Prem because I hate Liverpool. Yeah, I know Liverpool want to win the Prem though, don't they? They want to win the Prem. That's what they want. Tony Merck, they should go for the Champions League because it's a bigger trophy and there's more attention on it. You can't be classed as world class if you haven't won the Champions League. I'm sure that's certainly a tick in the box for Sheikh Mansour as well. He's going to want to get the Champions League over the line for them. And New Zealand, no, they got 2 from their first ball. I think they're going to need more than that though. Kainty Bible Official, if I were a City fan, if I was a City fan, I'd go for the UCL. The PL is good, but don't get me wrong, but it shows how good you are in the big stage. Man City pulled on the Champions League. Example, would you say Barca of old were world class if they didn't win the CL? Same could be said for Milan too. I think there's a lot of world class teams out there. I mean, there's teams who won the Champions League who you wouldn't consider as world class. Shit the bed. New Zealand just banged one out for the 6. Shit. Oh God. England could be fucked, do you mind? England could well be fucked. Will Leicester get top 6 next season? I don't think so. I don't think they're quite there yet, unless Arsenal, Chelsea or Man United have a particularly bad season. They need a really, really bad season, to be honest with you. Right then, so my next one for you. There's an awful lot going on regarding Harry Maguire going to Man United for 80 million. Is he worth 80 million, considering 75 million doesn't seem like quite that much, considering the difference Van Dijk made for Liverpool's defence? Man United need that defender. Would it be 80 million well spent if he fixes the problem? So what do you guys think? Would you spend 80 million on Harry Maguire, or is there better defenders out there to be got? All right. New Zealand are running for 2. And they got another 2. They need 5 from 3 balls. Oh, good God. Oh, good God. 3 more balls. Archer needs to slam them at them. He needs to slam them. I think if he gets a wicket, it's over, isn't it? I think it's a super over. They only get 2 batsmen, I think. I don't know how it works, though. Who will be the best of the rest of the Prem outside the top 6? Wolves, Everton or Leicester? It's going to be one of them 3, I think. Maybe West Ham might make a difference if they sign the right players. Talking about Diego Costa, he would make a really big difference to their attack. They've lost Arnautovic, who I think was great, but not a top quality. I think he would be top quality. So here we go. If New Zealand bang a 6, they've won. Here we go. Oh, what is it? I think they're going to go for another 2. Is that an 8? I don't know if it's an 8. I'm not sure if he won an 8. I got the mute on, so I don't know what the commentators are saying. I think they banged out another 2. I think they did. I pay 30 million for Harry. Yeah, I don't think on market value he's quite worth that much. I think the fact that he's British makes a big difference, to be honest with you. I think it really does make a big difference. So I don't know what's going on in this cricket, because like I say, I don't watch the game, but I'm so hooked to it because I want to see England win, because I know it's England and Wales, but you know, I'm not one of these England haters, you know, like a lot of people are, you know, a lot of Welsh people are. So New Zealand need three runs from 2 balls. Need 3 runs from 2 balls. They do. I think they're talking about that last one. England got to a final. Funny enough, they did. Yes, a World Cup final as well. Here we go. The last 2 balls. If he finds the boundary, it's over. Oh, they've gone for a run. They've taken a run. We need 2 from 1. If Archer can slam the fucking ball at the guy, it's game over, and England win the Cricket World Cup for the first time ever. And if New Zealand win it, they've won it for the first time ever. That's why it's so gripping. Like, you know, both of them are going to see it as a proper opportunity for them, you know. But I obviously hope that England win it. I really do hope that England win it. Anyway, surely they're doing drugs. No way they got there. Shit, yeah. Well, this new Archer guy is quite something, isn't he? I don't think I've ever seen a cricket game this close before, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't watch a lot of cricket, to be honest, but I've never seen it this close. You know, they drew on runs. The amount of runs you can score in cricket, you know, the amount of balls that are done, you know, for you to draw a game of cricket is mental. And for now, they need 2 runs. If they get 2 runs, they win. If they get 1 run, it's another super over. I'm sure there's got to be, isn't it? Because England got 15 and New Zealand and they got 14. Sorry, I know I'm talking cricket here. This is football. Next question. Premier League, top 4. Who is going to finish in the top 4? I know it's pretty much a given Liverpool and Man City are going to do it. I think Tottenham are going to do it. But who finishes in the top 4 from the 3 remaining teams? Who finishes in the top 4 from those teams? I mean, you could even call Tottenham as well, I don't know, yeah. I'm saying Man City, Liverpool, Tottenham definitely in the top 4. And I think there's an awful lot of factors now. This is the last ball now. New Zealand are trying to run the 2. Yeah, they got him. I think England have won. Have England won? Well, they're celebrating like they've won, so they've obviously won. Oh well, there we go. Anyway, so top 4. So Liverpool first, City, Spurs, and United. If United make the right signings, of course. If United make the right signings, United have got to sort their defence out and sort out this Paul Pogba situation. They do that adequately this summer, and they may have a good chance. Chelsea won't be in it because of the transfer ban. But the thing you've got to understand though is that the thing you've got to understand with Chelsea is that if Frank Lampard can get that team playing, you know, with Pulisic there, who's looking really, really good, mind. I mean, there's a decision pending on there about whether it's 8 and all that. Hold on. Is it 8? 8. There you go. England are the World Cup winners. England have won. There we go. Anyway, I think youth could be the way forward for United, for Chelsea. Arsenal need to sort their defence out as well. If Arsenal sorted their defence, they're golden, like, you know. They're all good. But I don't know. It's going to be really tight for that 4th spot. I honestly think that Tottenham are going to finish 3rd again. I think it's going to be Liverpool 1st, Man City 2nd, Tottenham 3rd. And if I had to just throw my hat into the ring right now, I would say, well, no, I don't think Wolves are going to quite make it there quite yet. They're not ready to break the top 6. Neither are Leicester, neither are Everton, although there will be a little scrap below the top 6 between them. But I'm going to say Chelsea for top 4. Because not because I dislike United, it's because I don't think Chelsea got any real problems there. They haven't got problems. They're missing Hazard, yes, But I think with someone like Lampard at the helm, I don't know. I just think they could be onto something there. You know, I think Chelsea could be onto something if Lampard manages to do exactly what they want him to. Right then, so who will win the Champions League? I say Barca or Bayern. I don't think Bayern are going to be in with a chance because they got too much of an old team. They need to bring in a lot of good, fresh players to be Champions League ready. I mean, Liverpool picked them apart. You know, Juventus could be in for the shape, mind you. Premier League is boring. Same thing every year. I disagree to an extent. I mean, yeah, I mean, I'd say it's not I don't think it's the hype that people give it. I think it's just a matter that they've managed to market it so well across the world that everybody wants to watch it. You know, people are just falling in love with these clubs, and that's it. They just want to watch. They just want to watch the game. I'm going to turn this TV off now because now I know who's won in both the sport. I was hoping they were going to be done by the time I did the stream. I was well into both of them. Who will sack their gaffer first at Man U or Arsenal? I think both won't get top six. Yeah, I think Man United and Arsenal are the ones with noticeable problems. Chelsea are the ones with how can you put it? A rejuvenation, should we say, a galvanization. That's the one. Sorry, a bit like with us. I mean, you look at us. We brought in Flinney when it looked like we were down, and he took the same players that Wesley had and won 7 out of 12 to keep us up, and then added to that squad, got rid of the deadwood, added to that squad, and and they are where they are, and we are where we are now. You know, Lampard it could well be of a very, very similar, type of appointment, if you know what I mean. Who will get relegated from the PL? I say Brighton, Sheffield United, Newcastle. I think Newcastle, if they resign themselves to having Steve Bruce, they're gone. I don't know about Sheffield United. I'd say you've got to make them favourites to go down, yeah. And Brighton depends on whether the new manager does well. I think that's a poor appointment from them. I think you could be right. I think Matthew is bang on there. Right then, my next question for you guys. Arsenal. So if you're an Arsenal fan, what do you see as your priority with your summer spending? Are you replacing Ramsey first or getting a new centre-back? So what do you do first if you're Unai Emery? Do you replace Ramsey first or do you get a new centre-back to bolster up that defence? Personally, I think the centre-back would be the first one, but what do you guys think? So getting a new centre-back, yeah. Got to completely agree. So notice how the viewing numbers are increasing now. Now the cricket's just finished. Bloody hell. Mental guys. So you're saying centre-backs then, yeah? Centre-backs. Arsenal got to get their centre-backs sorted out. Yeah, I think I've got to agree with you on that one, guys. Yeah, I think it's got to be the centre-back. Although replacing Ramsey has got to be an important thing because you need somebody who's going to run that midfield for you, to complement the attackers that they've got, of course. But, I mean, yeah, getting the new centre-back, I mean, it's got to be the priority at United as well, haven't it, really? So, right, Salah will be... I actually think he's quite good at Wolby. I think there's definitely worse players within the Arsenal ranks than a Wolby. But it's all an opinion thing, isn't it, the football? So, they could try that Egyptian player who was great in 2017. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if I rated him. I thought Torreira, who they brought in, was probably their best midfielder last season, other than Ramsey. I think, yeah, El Neni, that's him. I couldn't think of his word, actually. I couldn't think of it, actually. Would Tottenham fans hate Alderweireld if he ended up at Arsenal? Of course they would. It be Sol Campbell all over again, wouldn't it? Whoever you are for, Slope, I don't know where the bloody hell our admins are, but I want to delete your... Oh, I can do it now. Ha, fuck you, mate. Make a mockery of my chat, motherfucker. Right then. Here's one for you guys. Here's one for you. Who is the best goalkeeper in the world right now? And I'm going to let you guys answer it first before I throw my 2 cents in on that one. Who is the best goalkeeper in the world right now? Who do you think it is? Jan Oblak. Good shade, actually. Yeah, I'm carrying... oh, fuck off. Right now, Alisson. Interesting. Alisson's getting a couple. Alison, how's that even a question? You know, Alison, then I actually thought this would come up with a few different names being thrown around. To be honest with you guys, so Edison's a shape mind centre back. So not many world class defenders out there. Tom King, although Karius is a good shape. Fuck off, Karius, man. I mean, I think he got rid out of Besiktas as well, didn't he? Because he was that bad for them. Oh well. David De Gea is great, but he's in bad form, yeah. Although there's a case for Neuer, Ter Stegen even. You know, there are some good goalkeepers out there. I think Courtois is no longer in the conversation. I think leaving Chelsea was a bad mistake because Real Madrid had such a bad season. It dragged him down with them, of course. To be honest with you, if I throw in mine, I can't see past Alisson at the moment, although he is prone to a few, you know, heart-stopping moments, of course. I think Edison is very, very close to him. So, yeah, to be honest with you, if I had to go for someone off the top of my head, I would say Alisson. Right, if it ain't Alisson, then you must be deluded. Look at his achievements. Well, of course. So, talking about best in the world and stuff like that, let's go for an overall. Who's winning the Ballon d'Or for 2019? Who do you guys think is winning the Ballon d'Or for 2019? I'm going to throw who I think should be in with at least a top 3 shade, and that's Virgil van Dijk. Would it be the first time a defender have ever won it, though? Well, Matthew seems to think that. Van Dijk, as much as it pains me to say. Eden Hazard, interesting choice. Adios. Of course, he's the new Pele. You know, why wouldn't he win the bloody Ballon d'Or? You know, with his stellar performance that he gave at Wembley, of course. Shit the bed. Yeah, why not, though? But in all honesty, though, guys, I mean, can you really see past Van Dijk? I mean, I don't think there's anybody else at Liverpool who'd win it. I don't think there's anyone at Cannavaro. Yep, well done, Luke. Well remembered. Cannavaro actually won the Ballon d'Or in the early noughties. Mbappe, did Mbappe do anything worthwhile in 2019 and 18? Yes, well, no, his performances in the World Cup, of course. But would you say Mbappe is worthy of it? You know, Paris Saint-Germain didn't do much in the Champions League. Who's the best English player in the Premier League other than Trent? I don't know. Best English player in the Premier League other than Trent, I'd say Mane and Salah. You've got to say Firmino, Van Dijk. I wouldn't say Robertson's better, but pretty much on par. But then there's a lot of players who play for Man City. There's Paul Pogba. On paper he is. I suppose you've got to say I don't think anyone else at United is better than Trent Alexander-Arnold. Chelsea did have Hazard, but then is there anyone at Chelsea you can say is better than Trent? With you? No, I couldn't really. Couldn't say anyone at Chelsea. Arsenal, I suppose you could say Aubameyang and Lacazette. Tottenham, Kane. Kante at Chelsea, yes, good shade. Ronaldo winning Nations League, it's all to do with likes, social media, etc. I think Mane should win it. Mane's a shade, actually. I think Mane's a really good shade. But I think if anyone from Liverpool's going to win it, it's going to be Van Dijk, personally. Marsh Brown deserves the Ballon d'Or for getting rid of the bench splinters. For fuck's sake. Oh, boys, and girls, if there's any of you out there. What do I get myself into when I get on here and speak to you guys, eh? I say, I'm quite conscious of time, guys, so I've got my last question. Is Friel still in here? The draw's coming up soon, mate. Very, very soon. In fact, it's going to be next after this question that I got for you. Who's going to win the SPL this year? Is Rangers finally ready to take Celtic on? Or will Celtic have a bad season without Brendan Rodgers? Will Rangers not quite get there? And will Aberdeen take advantage? Personally, I think Celtic will win it again. But I think Rangers will be a lot closer this time. Very much a lot closer. But Neil Lennon, will Neil Lennon be able to pull Celtic over the line? I think Gerrard's got them doing well. I think it's going to be really close. I think Celtic will edge it, but I really think it's going to be very, very close. I think Rangers are going to be very close to them. So Leanne is ready to enter the chat. I've got my trivia questions ready for after the draw, guys. So Leanne, bring yourself over here. You can make a camera appearance. Right, so here's Leanne. Here she is. She's hiding. So Leanne's done this, so I'm going to pick the winner. Leanne says that all the names have been equally folded, and everyone who I've noted who's actually met all the criteria for the competition. So for those of you who don't know, you're winning 3 programs. Actually, before we do the draw, Leanne, would you like to get the 3 programs out of the box for me? So out of the special prize box comes out with 3 programs. So if you don't follow us on Facebook, we do like to do this type of thing an awful lot. So if you don't follow us on Facebook, it could be a good idea to do so, because you can take advantage and get into the next competition we run. So Joseph is in. I had a feeling you might still be here. Celtic were bad because of the lack of signings and poor depth, which made the injury problems worse. But with the defence strengthened by Julian and Mbobo, I think we performed better than last year. Well, all I know is that Rangers will be well on your tail this year. I think Gerard's getting a really good team put together there. So, programme number 1 of what you would win is this one. It is a programme from our Leicester City game from the FA Cup, and it is signed by the whole squad. Then, from the Middlesbrough game, I know that signatures are a bit harder to see on this one, but you can still make out who they are. That's the second one. And then, of course, the Man City game, all signed. And if you win our competition on Facebook, you win all 3 of these programmes. The other thing as well, another set of those programmes is going to be up for grabs on one of our own competitions. So we're getting close to the 2,750 mark. I think we're just under 100 away. So if you guys can help us get some more subscribers, get everyone you know to subscribe to our channel, even if they don't have Google accounts, get them to set one up. End of the day, right then, the names who were in the draw, right, if your name ain't on you, it means you didn't do all 3, and if you feel you did all 3, you couldn't have done it right, and I do apologise in advance if you're not on you. So the names I've got is Luke Lewis, James Andrews, Callum Jones, Amy Evans, Morgan Norris, Anthony Gardner, Nick Horton, Will Downs, Kieran Jameson, Ryan Barber, Carl Smith, Elliot Wallace, Logan Bussettsill, Oliver Allen, Kyle Betts and Amy Horton. So if your name is not on that list, you must have done something wrong somewhere, because it's quite a strict one. You have to do all 3. At the end of the day, these competitions are far too easy in this day and age, so I'm making it a bit more tricky for you and asking a bit more of you if we're going to give away our free shit. So anyway, who's ready for the draw? Leanne, would you like to pass the ball so people can see? So hold it in so you can see that. You can all see that, right, can't you? I'm going to give it a good shake as well. There we go. I'm going to look away so you know I'm not picking anyone out in particular. And I've got one. Not on the draw, but well, must have done something wrong. Sorry, Tony. Did you do everything? Did you do the YouTube? Because I don't recall seeing... I'll have to have another look, and I do apologise if your name went on there. But I did go through them all earlier. I spent about half hour going through it all, making sure that I got it right. So I do apologise. So the winner is James Andrews. James Andrews is the winner. Sorry, Tony, I really do apologise on that one. Tell you what, contact me. Hold on a minute. Did I not read your name out? I mean, Tony, is your name Anthony Gardner by any chance? Is your name Anthony Gardner? I'm thinking Tony, Anthony. But there we go. James Andrews is our winner. So James will contact you on Facebook shortly, and we'll get your price. Anthony Norman. I don't know why, but I think I may have wrote Gardner down. Right. I might have just got your name wrong. So unless it was... No. I think I just got your name wrong. I don't know why Gardner. I don't know why. I think there's a football player called Anthony Gardner. So that's probably me being a dick. But no. I'm sure I saw your name and I'm sure I wrote that one down. So Anthony Norman. But anyway, if Anthony Gardner came out, then you would have won it. But James Andrews is the winner. So we'll contact you shortly on Facebook. Commiserations to those of you who didn't win. So for those of you who didn't win, you know, commiserations. If you've got a little bit of money behind you, then there will be a set of these programs going up on auction tonight. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. So anyway, guys, it is trivia time. Trivia time. So question number 1. This is a Who Am I? I like these. I quite like these. They do get you thinking. So I played in the 2006 World Cup. I won 42 caps for my country. The first team I played for have won the European Champions League 5 times. The other two teams I played for are both in a different country and have won their league twice since 2011. So who is that? Plenty of clues there. Plenty of clues. So we only play for 3 teams. First team are Champions League winners 5 times, and that's including the one that Liverpool won. I've got to note that. It's not... so Kaká is incorrect. So he played in the 2006 World Cup. 42 caps for his country. First team he played for won the European Cup 5 times. The other 2 teams are both in a different country. And have won their league twice since 2011. So far we haven't had a correct answer. I'm going to only take the serious answers. So Kaká is incorrect. Rio Ferdinand is incorrect. Babel, I think you mean Ryan Babel. That's incorrect. So I might have to give you guys a clue if you haven't come up with it yet. So, not many answers being thrown out. Do I got to throw Alfredo Morelos? No. Maldini is incorrect. That is incorrect, Maldini. Xabi Alonso's incorrect. Xabi Alonso, it's not actually a bad shape, to be honest with you, Xabi Alonso. That's actually quite a good shape. But it's incorrect. Muller is incorrect. Zidane is incorrect. Come on, guys. You're better at this than this. Right then. Okay, I'm going to give you a clue, right? There was a big debate about this player, about which country he was going to play for. Big. So Kloster's wrong, Gerrard's wrong. So there was a big debate on which country he was going to play for. He could have played for either Germany, England, or Canada. So Eduardo's incorrect. So he could have played for any one of them 3 nations. I'm not going to tell you who he opted to go with, but he did play. Aha! I think I gave it away a little bit too easily there, didn't I? It is Hargreaves. It's Owen Hargreaves. So he started his career at Bayern Munich, who have won the Champions League 5 times, or European Cup 5 times. And the last 2 teams he played for were Man United and Man City, who've both won their leagues twice since 2011, or at least twice since 2011. So there we go. Could have played for Wales as well. His mum's Welsh. Didn't know that. What an absolute dick. He should have played for Wales. EWAB should have got that. It's a tough one, though. It's a tough one. I know it was tough, guys. So, I won't go on to the next question, yeah? We want to go on to the next one. Right, I'm going to go on to the next one for you then. So, where are we? Right then. Who is the first Englishman to win titles in 4 different countries? The first Englishman to win a title in 4 different countries. Who do you think that is? First Englishman to win titles in 4 different countries. Lineker, no. Nope. So a lot of people seem to think it's Lineker. It's not Lineker. It's not Ince. Not Ince. Not Owen. Neither of them. There we go. Rick Stardee got it right. It's Beckham. Now, can you tell me which teams he played for? So it was Beckham. Which teams did he play for to win those titles, though? Can you think of that? Can you think of Hargreaves? Yeah. So obviously Man United. Yep. What other teams did he play for? LA Galaxy. Yep. Who remembers the other 2? So United, Madrid, PSG, Milan. I don't think he won it with Milan. He won it with PSG, though. He won it with LA Galaxy, and he won it with Man United, and obviously Real Madrid. So there you go. So Kian Leith, who won the programmes. James Andrews won the programmes. So there we go. Right then, I've got a bit more, and if we got time, I've got a a fourth question, an encore question for you if you want to, if you want me to give it to you. We'll see how you go with this one. So right then, who remembers Euro '96? Euro '96. So it was the European Championships that were in England. 8 games hosted matches. Which 8 games hosted matches? Which 8 English games hosted matches for Euro '96? Which 8 games hosted matches for the Euro '96? Some of them should be very easy. So Villa Park is one, yes, and Wembley obviously is one. So we need 6 more. 6 left. Old Trafford, yes. 5 more now. St James's, yep. 4 more. So we've had Old Trafford. Highbury, no. Anfield, yes. So we've had Anfield, we've had St James's Park, we've had Old Trafford, Villa Park and Wembley. There is 1, 2, 3 left. So Elland Road, yes, there's 2 left. We've got 2 games left, and I knew these 2 would be the last ones. Highbury was not. It was too small, Highbury was, to host in an international tournament game. Hillsborough, correct. Stamford Bridge, no. Stamford Bridge's redevelopment didn't happen until slightly after Euro '96. Otherwise, they couldn't use their ground. So Hillsborough is correct. There was 1 more. Without using Google now, guys, come on. City ground, yes. So the City ground, Nottingham Forest ground, was the final one. So there's your 8. So we're on 51 minutes, guys. I think we're going to go... so Borough's ground was the Riverside. It wasn't used, unfortunately. But there we go. There's all 8. You've got all 8, guys. Well done. And I think we're going to go with the last one. Do you want to go with the last one, the 4th question? Should we do it? Yeah, I say we just do it. Let's just go for it. Right then. Last question is: 3 players have played in an Old Firm, Manchester and Merseyside derby. Name them. Name the 3 players who have played in an Old Firm, Manchester and Merseyside derby. 3 players out there who played in all 3 derbies. So Tevez is incorrect. So it's the Old Firm derby between Rangers and Celtic. It's the Manchester derby between Man United and Man City. And then finally the Merseyside derby between Liverpool and Everton. Which 3 players have played in all 3? So Haman is incorrect. Wouldn't be Owen. Nope. Yeah, I can name lots of the last 2. Yeah, definitely. But they've got to play in the Old Firm one as well, guys. So one of these used to just be a regular trivia question, I think, that everybody knew. So Henrik Larsson's incorrect. So one of these used to be a trivia question that everybody got, you know, that everybody seemed to know. Bellamy is correct, yes. So Craig Bellamy has played in all 3. So that's 1, 2 to go. And I thought he was going to be the toughest one, to be honest with you. So Larsson's incorrect. Defoe is incorrect. There were 2 more. And I'm going to give you a quick little clue. These 2 are not recent players. They're not recent. So Howard, are we on about Tim Howard, the goalkeeper? That would be incorrect, I'm afraid. You know, a lot of them are played in 2 that you're saying, but it's get them into that 3rd one. So yeah. So there are 2 more, and they're not that recent. I'd say both are renowned for being in around the 90s, and one of them would have been in the early noughties for a little while, but mainly the 90s. You'll know these guys from. Vinnie Jones is incorrect. Adi Aziz is obviously incorrect. So am I going to have to start giving you guys some clues now, am I? Oh. So you've got Craig Bellamy. There are 2 more. So off you go and check. While you're all checking Google, I'm going to thank you all for tuning into the stream. It's been a good one. Sorry that I've been a bit distracted by the tennis and the cricket, but you know, it doesn't matter what sport you're watching. You know, Scott Brown is incorrect. I think he's only ever really played for Celtic and Hibs, hasn't he? But I'm going to have to put you guys out of your misery, or are you going to be checking Google? I don't think this would be a tough one to get on Google, mind. This really would be a tough one to get on Google. I'll have to give you another clue. Alright, can I give you a clue about the one of them? Give you a clue about the one. The order in the clubs that he played for was, so the first one that I'm going to give you, the first club he played for was Man United. Well, the Manchester team he played for was Man United. Then he went to an Old Firm team. He played for Rangers, and then he came back to England and played for Everton, and that was mainly in the 90s/early noughties. So we'll see if we can get that one, and then we'll move on to the next one. Then we will then move on to the next one. This is a hard one, yeah. That's why I saved this one to the end. So Neville Southall is incorrect. Andre, you're halfway there. You are halfway there. Who knows how to spell it then? So note that none of them are a keeper. There's no keeper involved in this one. Do I have to say the whole thing? Well, if you would just attempt to spell it, and if I can read it and make it sound like his name, then yes, go for it. Maybe think as hard as it is. No worries, Tony. No worries, mate. So what are we saying then, guys? Right, that'll do it. Is Andrei Kanchelskis. Andrei Kanchelskis. So Andrei Kanchelskis is one of them then. I'll give you that one, Tony. It's fine. Kanchelskis. I'd be very proud of any of you if you could get his spelling right. Unless you're a Man United fan, of course. In other words, you should be getting it right on that basis. Yeah, no worries, mate. You know, it's good. That's a good answer. That is. No one else knew it. The other one is a tough one. It is a tough one, but you should be able to get it. You should. So the last one, he started off with Everton, and he played for Everton in the Merseyside derby. Then he moved to Rangers and played for Rangers in the Merseyside derby, in the Old Firm derby, and then he ended up playing for Man City, and played in the Manchester derby that way. I may have got them a little the wrong way around, the Manchester one and the Old Firm one, but can you say the new Serbian defender's name? Yeah, Lazar Stojsavljevic. I thank you. So who's this last player then? What is it with Everton players moving to these monks? I don't know, they just switch between themselves, don't they? It is as if it's a conspiracy to beat Liverpool or something. So what do you reckon then, guys? Am I going to have to put you out your misery on this one, or one of you going to go and Google it? Must be, yeah. Everyone seems to hate Liverpool. I never realised there was such hatred against Liverpool. I think it's jealousy myself. So then, guys, go and Google it if you must. But I'm inclined to put you out your misery because we're nearly hit the hour stage now. So if you don't get it within the next sort of 30 seconds, I'm going to put you out your misery because I want to get in the shower and get my head down. I want to get in the shower. I want to get my head down. I want to get up bright and early for work. So do any of you know it? So Tony's giving up. Anybody else? Anybody else got it? Can't find the answer. I didn't think you would. This isn't a Google one. We're almost there. Right then, guys, that's your 30 seconds. The player's name is Michael Ball. Who remembers Michael Ball, the defender? He was a centre-back come left-back. He played for Rangers, he played for Everton, he played for Man City. I believe he may have played for one or two other clubs, but they're the three he played for to have competed in those three derbies. Was going to say, but it's just the name. It's hard. You think of a player and you think, who the fucking hell is his name? Yeah, I'll get you on that one, mate. I understand the frustration. But there we go. That's all the trivia I've got for you. That's the draw concluded for the winner. So well done, James Andrews. And of course, I was with you. Asking you guys questions. If you like that, I will come up with more questions for you again. Lee Culverson up the Argyle. Well, I'm actually looking forward to playing you again. Hopefully, we'll get a bit more luck against you. But all the best for the new season, my friend. And thanks for tuning in. Any of you who haven't subscribed yet, click that red button. Would much appreciate that. And if you're an Argyle fan, we've actually got a video of you and your pitch invasion from when you got promoted. You know, just so you got a bit of good memory, you know. So, yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. And we'll see you again next week. Yeah, keep the football questions coming. Absolutely, I will definitely do that. I will ask you guys pressing questions on pressing matters in football. So yeah, thank you all. Much appreciated. Appreciate the good comments too. Thank you. And we'll see you guys same time next week. Cheerio, and as always, up the county. Good night, everybody.